Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, not from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport, but remote, as you can see. We are going to stay in the mid-Michigan area, and we're going to spend a little time with Meghan Ziehmer. She's the Executive Director of the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. And Meghan, it's always good to have you on. How you doing?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me.
You guys are doing a great job, by the way. I wanted to pass that on and bringing sporting events to this area. So let's talk a little bit about that and what you do for those who might not know.
So our mission at the Greater Lansing Sports Authority is to be the leading voice of sports tourism here in the mid-Michigan area. So our main focus is to bring sporting events to the area to help boost not only the quality of life for our area residents, but also help boost the economy through sports tourism, getting people to stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, shop in our malls, fill up at our gas stations. All of that goes back to directly impact the economy here in Greater Lansing.
Yeah, it absolutely does. People coming in, having a great experience, dropping some money, going away, and as a result of the good experience, coming back, we hope.
Absolutely.
Right? So this is a pretty competitive circumstance. Where do you have to go to get all this business? I mean, you're looking all over the United States, I would think.
We are. I mean, one of the things that we do here in Lansing that's a little bit different than some of the other sports commissions is that we really try and start and focus on the local organizations and really start and build those relationships at the local level first. So when you ask where we're getting the business, it's starting with the local area residents and the clubs and organizations, the partners, the facilities that we have right here in Greater Lansing. And then once we have those strong relationships with our locals and we see what events they have or what opportunities we have that may be a fit for Lansing, then we go outside of our area. So we may go across the state. I actually just got back late last night from Kansas City. We were at a national trade show meeting with all sorts of events rights holders and national governing bodies, USA Field Hockey, USA Hockey, all of those different types of groups that have events that kind of rotate around the country, and building relationships with them to then hopefully bring their events here to our community down the road.
So when you're out there, of course, there's some obvious things they look for. Do you have the facilities? Do you have the hotel room nights, et cetera, et cetera? Who, when you get out there, are you competing with? Just about everybody?
You know, it's a lot of different people. I mean, here in Michigan, obviously, you're looking at Grand Rapids is probably one of our biggest competitors. Ann Arbor, obviously, Detroit's a tier 1, so they're a little bit bigger. So Grand Rapids probably here locally is one of our biggest competitors. But then we're competing against, Ohio and Indiana, Illinois, all of those Midwest states. But then a lot of the events that we're going after, we're bidding against some of the, the West Coast states, so the East Coast, really the entire country as a whole. It really just depends on what event we're talking about.
Wow. Well, it's an amazing scope of market area that you cover. You are a part of the Conventions Visitors Bureau and housed there, right?
Absolutely, yes. We are a division of the Conventions and Visitors Bureau, so we are under their umbrella, but we operate as our own Greater Lansing Sports Authority. We have our own branding that coincides with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, but our funding source is the same as the Convention and Visitors Bureau, with that main source being the bed tax. But then we also are able to tap into all of the resources of the Convention and Visitors Bureau's team as well.
Well, and of course, local businesses love you, right? Because you fill their restaurants, et cetera, and their hotel rooms. So let's talk a little bit about you and how you wound up in this position. What's your background?
So I am a graduate of Michigan State University, came here many years ago and never left. My background is actually primarily in figure skating. I grew up as a figure skater, have been part of the figure skating community for 30 plus years. And actually that's the way I put myself through college. That I coach figure skating over at Suburban Ice, which is now the East Lansing Ice Cube, and helped them with all of their skating competitions and their ice shows and whatnot, and really just fell in love with it. Loved the chaos of trying to pull an event together. And at the time, my skating director told me that there was a group called the Greater Lansing Sports Authority and a guy by the name of John Young, and that I should go and talk to him. So reached out to John Young, and just like many business people in the industry, didn't have the time of day for me, to be completely honest. So back then, that's right when we had launched March Magic Hoop Fest. And so I volunteered for the March Magic Hoop Fest. The first year it was getting off the ground, and was able to meet the team. And eventually, long story short, got a call from John a couple months later that they had a change of staffing, and my persistence and being such a pest kind of paid off. So John and Mike brought me on as an intern, and shortly thereafter, John left and I was able to step in as the sports events manager and work along Mike Price for several years, and was able to then get promoted to associate director. And now here I am as the executive director. So that's this is my career, has been in the sports industry and with the Greater Lansing Sports Authority.
Well, you cannot put a price on being a pest. So congratulations on that.
I appreciate that.
Hey, listen, we have a short bit left, but let's talk about spring. We just came out of COVID, et cetera, et cetera. How is it looking now from here on out?
We're looking really good, really strong. Actually, we have GLSA baseball championships kicking off today over at Jackson Field. I'm actually out at Eagle Eye Golf Course right now, getting ready to set up for the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Regional with Michigan State University. So this week alone, we've got a lot happening, a lot coming up later this spring and later this summer. So things are really looking good and things are taking off. So we're really excited.
Well, I'm going to go outside then, and I can see you because I live right across the street on Hawk Hollow, and it's about 150 yards.
Well, come on out, free admission for the rest of the week.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you have a good day today and keep up the good work. It's always good to spend time. Meghan Ziehmer, she is the executive director of the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. Meghan Ziehmer, thanks so much.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. We're going to be right back on the Michigan Business Beat. I'm Chris Holman on the Michigan Business Network.